Let's talk about summer 2025 trends. What I'll be wearing this summer and trends that I think will be really big. Before we get into this video though, I wanted to say thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring. We'll talk about them in a little bit. First trend, let's just get into it. Beads on clothes. This has already hit like fast fashion brands, so it's really not a trend prediction, it's just a trend. And I've been seeing it so much on like purses, on shoes, like straps of tank tops or little cutouts with big plastic acrylic glass beads, and I think that this is so cute and definitely something you could so easily DIY, especially with like an itty bitty tank top strap like this. Even I'm guessing I can do like a thrift flip video because I have a few that I want to do actually, but if you cut the top of your strap, put on your beads, and then tied the top, you could hide the little tie with the beads, and I think it would be such a cute addition. Or if you can sew, you could cut the back and re-sew it, but I like to do everything as easy as possible. But I think that this is just such a fun touch, like an accessory without wearing a necklace or a bracelet or a bangle, earring, whatever, and I think it's so cute. This was like kind of big in the early 2000s and 90s, especially with like sundresses. I feel like they would be big chunky beads on the strap, so you could definitely still find it at the thrift. This was really brought to my attention watching Lauren Giraldo's like mall shopping video. She found so much stuff with beads on it at the mall, so I know that it's already a trend and nothing addicting here. But definitely so easy to DIY and something you could remove if you don't like it later. My camera died, so if it changed, I'm sorry. This one I always forget the name of. I want to like search it on eBay and Depop and stuff like that, but it's filet crochet, and I'm sure you guys have seen it so much. Again, this is something that I've already seen at like Frankie's Bikinis, so it's not a trend prediction. I've seen it a ton, but I want to talk about it so you guys know the name of it and you can look it up for secondhand options, and so I remember the name of it because I always forget. But it's called filet crochet, and it's basically like crochet, but some parts are open and other parts are closed to create patterns. I know Frankie's has done it where it says like lucky on the front, which is so cute, so you can do it with words, you could do it with like floral patterns, and I think it's so pretty. And I think this is more popular in like nightwear, like lingerie for vintage style. You can find a lot of filet crochet at the thrift, but it's like bandanas, curtains, tablecloths, like napkins, stuff like that. And I want to do a full video that kind of thrift flip because I have a really cute and easy one for that to make a top, but I gotta find one that's perfect. Filet crochet. I've only really seen it in white, but I'm sure you could like dye it and make it so cute. Now you know what to look up, but don't look it up till I find it. Okay, next thing I've been seeing so much of, and this is like, feels like a very playoff of Sabrina Carpenter's Grammys look or something like that, but a low back top with a backwards necklace. So easy to recreate with probably something you already have or thrift something, and you can use it in a million different ways once you're over the style, or if you end up trying it and not liking it, whatever. But just take a long necklace and put it backwards so it's short at the front and long in the back, and then wear a top that has a low v-neck, a low scoop neck, or backless. It is so elegant and like sexy and just different, high fashion, and so cute. I love it. I'm guessing if your necklace, I feel like it would naturally stay backwards because really what's the difference, but you could always do like a little bit of eyelash glue and glue it there so it stays that way. But especially if it has a pendant in the back, it's gonna stay pulling backward, I would think. I'm just thinking of wearing it like out dancing, but I wouldn't be doing that. But especially for like a wedding, if you're going as a wedding guest, I think it would be so pretty to wear like a simple dress and then wear a backwards long necklace. Next thing is something I'm very into and I feel like is really starting to take hold in the midi skirt, maxi skirt, and midi dress, maxi dress area, and that's a bandana or like asymmetrical hem dress. And I don't mean like asymmetrical like one side's high and one side's low, even if it's like sideways or front to back. The bandana hem is like if you took bandana or a scarf and you picked it up from the middle, and then there's four corners hanging down from it, so it's basically like points at the bottom of your skirt or dress. You'll obviously see so many pictures here, but it's very like early 2000s, late 90s inspired, and I think it's so cute and just adds this movement to your dresses. I have one wedding that I'm going to this summer, and I need a wedding guest dress for it, and I really want to thrift one that is like very flowy bandana hem. See, but I also want skirts that are like that so I can wear more day to day, just with like a t-shirt and like clogs or something. I'm just so into like a super hyper feminine summer spring look. I keep touching my chest and I'm like breaking out in a rash now. Okay, next thing is like the material of the summer. I feel like the past couple years it's been like crochet. Like everybody wants crochet, or like, you know, a loosely knit top, skirt, like kind of stuff, and that still is definitely trendy, especially with the boho resurgence. But I feel like satin or like silk is the material of the summer, which is terrifying for sweaty people. You guys all told me that real deodorant and antiperspirant isn't bad for you, and that was all just like, I don't know, but somebody sent me an article about how it's fine. You best bet that I'm gonna start using real deodorant again because I've been struggling. But just in time for the summer and when I want to wear satin, I think mixing like satin and satin together, top and bottom, or even like this really dainty like chiffon material, I think it's just so pretty for the summertime and definitely going to be the material of the summer. Like this picture is the embodiment of like how I want to dress in the summer. Hyper feminine, dainty little sandals, or like a thick clog, satin and chiffon and just like flowy, and it still feels, it's not like boho, but even the like silhouette of wearing things with like the rigid the bandana hem, pleats, and like all that kind of stuff, just like fabric feels boho. And my last summer trend that I wanted to talk about is again something that I've seen a bit of, and I never talk about wedding trends because I'm just not that interested in wedding stuff and what people wear for their weddings. But I've been seeing, it's called a Juliet veil, and my friend Amanda actually told me that that's what it's called, but I've seen them on Pinterest and I'm like, I love that. And it is just like a cap veil that feels so vintage and so cute, and just is like classic in a little bit of a weird way. Oh my god, I think it's so beautiful. If you're planning a wedding and you don't have a veil yet, look at Juliet veils. I think you could find them on like Etsy and stuff. I would think wedding guests or wedding places, stores in person wouldn't really have them. They are so pretty and make such a statement, and I think especially with like a pixie would be so cute. I don't know, if you guys want to hear like my wedding fashion takes, I could definitely do that because like I have opinions but I just normally don't think about them too much. But I still see like wedding stuff on my Pinterest and think what I do and what I don't like, and I see people's wedding pictures and I think what I do and I don't like, and I don't mean that in a mean way because I couldn't care less what you do at your wedding, but everybody's gonna have an opinion on something, so I won't talk about the bad stuff. I'll only talk about the good. Nobody needs more stress added to their wedding day, right? Before we get any further into this video, I wanted to take a quick minute to talk about our sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can design your website and make it stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting or you already have a business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, show your offerings, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. I always talk about Squarespace, so you guys know I've been using it since I was literally, I think, 17 years old. When I got to college, I made my own blog, which turned into a portfolio for applying to jobs, which later became a blog again for YouTube, and now it just kind of holds all my written and video content in one place if you guys ever wanted to check it out. I know my brother uses Squarespace for his work to showcase, and my dad uses it also. It's so easy to make your website there. I always recommend it to anybody who doesn't have a website yet or who has one and wants to fix it. I say just restart on Squarespace. I forgot I've used my Squarespace website as an online store when I was selling my straw baby teas, and it's such an easy way to sell your product online or services. Squarespace gives you everything you need to grow your business and get paid with an online store. You can showcase your brand, engage with your customers. There's easy online payments. There's built-in tools for inventory, shipping, and fulfillment. You can simplify your workflow and give customers a seamless shopping experience. Something that always trips me up is shipping costs, so Squarespace has automatic calculated shipping costs and expanded global shipping options. They use real-time rates from local carriers based on destination, size, and weight of each order. It eliminates manual calculation and avoids overcharging customers for shipping. If you're watching this video and you still don't have a Squarespace website, head to squarespace.com/LanieOzark to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain with code LanieOzark. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Let's get into the rest of the trends. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to check out Squarespace, and I'll see you in a few days. I love you absolutely most. Bye.